So there's a huge gap in understanding about accountability. What is accountability? Have you ever had an argument with someone and that person says, I told you I did that. I admitted to it. What else do you want from me? And the other person is still feeling the pain of the injury, whether it was a betrayal, a lie, whatever. The other person, they just don't feel heard. They feel lost. And the other person is sort of projecting onto them. I told you I did it. I admitted to it. Well, in a situation like that, I think it's good to admit fault. It's good to accept the blame, if you will, of that infraction. But that's not really what accountability is. Accountability, yes, it does encompass the admission of fault, meaning that person says, yes, I am aware that my actions were wrong. I accept that. Now, accountability is layered. It's sophisticated. It's complex. Accountability not only is the admission of fault, but it's also holding space for the injury, being aware and vulnerable to the infraction and the pain that betrayal or lie or whatever it was caused to someone else or to people. When someone is genuinely and authentically accountable, they are stepping outside of their ego, meaning they are putting the needs, thoughts, and feelings of other people ahead of their own, meaning that they are elevating the needs of others over their own. It's a difficult process, but it's a worthwhile one because the amount of weight that you kind of lose, you're stepping outside of your defensive ego. You're stepping outside of that protective shell that we all have. We all have an ego. We all have a need to protect ourselves. But when you step outside of that and you open yourself up to the potential for anger and maybe even, projections of other betrayals. Maybe you're opening yourself up for other people to hurt you. That says something about who you are, and it says something about where you're at in your journey. It says a lot about your character, and it says a lot about your willingness to put the needs of those people that are in your space ahead of your own. So you see, when someone says, yeah, I told you I did that, what else do you want from me? Well, that's part of it, but that's not being accountable. That's just saying I did something. That's just admission, and it's not being accountable. So it's a process. It's not easy, but let me tell you something. Gosh, it is so liberating to take that step and to open yourself up to the potential, and it is there. You do open yourself up to the potential of other people retaliating, if you will, being angry back at you because of something that you've done. But when you grow and evolve and move past that, and you are able to embody the strength of character to say, you know what? I realize what I did was wrong. And it is my responsibility as a human being and as somebody in your space, in your world, someone who you were expecting a particular behavior out of, and I failed to provide that. And so what I'm doing now by being accountable is I'm saying, yes, I did that. I created this infraction, and I want to hold space for how it made you feel. And I want you to know that I'm going to change my behavior and that I'm going to be a better person and learn and grow from this experience. And do that regardless of how the other person responds to you. And I promise you that you will see changes, albeit subtle, changes in your life when you just take that small step to step out of the ego and start doing the right thing for other people. And you'll realize that's the right thing for you. I love you.